From the familiar sights of kittens and puppies to the less known and more intriguing offspring of the animal kingdom. Have you ever seen a larva that resembles an extraterrestrial creature, or the young of the world's most unique bats? These are sights that captivate and surprise. In this video, we'll venture into the world of rare and adorable baby animals, many of which you might be seeing for the first time. Prepare to be charmed and amazed by these little wonders. Let's start this fascinating journey. Dik-Dik. Baby Honduran white bats are not easily distinguished from adults, as they are all small. It's much the same story here. Dik-Diks are miniature antelopes from Central and Eastern Africa. Adults are very small. They are up to 27.5 inches long and weigh no more than 13 pounds. Dik-Dik babies are even smaller, although in general they look like their parents almost from birth. They weigh less than 2.2 pounds at birth and can fit in the palm of a person's hand. For the first couple of months, these babies feed on mother's milk, after which they gradually grow stronger and move on to more serious food. The diet of Dik-Diks is similar to that of giraffes. It's grass and leaves. By the way, because of this diet, Dik-Diks drink very little. They get most of their moisture from vegetation. Honduran White Bat. And here's someone else who's unusual. Chances are you've never seen this creature or its pups. If so, meet the Honduran White Bat, which lives in Central and South America. And yes, it's a bat for real. As for me, this is already unusual because we're used to bats being black and creepy, but here's a completely different case. In addition, Honduran white bats are vegetarians. They feed on fruit. A newborn Honduran white bat is a cute and amazing baby. In fact, all Honduran white bats are tiny. Even adults do not exceed 2 inches in length and weigh less than 0.3 ounces. The pups are about 3 times smaller. At first, they're held by their mother's body until they become too heavy for the mother to carry them further. When the mother leaves the dwelling, its babies are cared for by other females. At the age of 20 days, the offspring can fly, and after 35 days of age, they're fully independent. Now Honduran white bats can do the same thing as adults, hide in heliconia leaves and eat fruit. Platypus. Look at this cute little creature. What do you think it is? A baby of a well-known animal, or is it something not yet known? If you're thinking the former, you're right. It's actually a platypus. This is exactly what these unusual Australian animals look like after birth. The platypus birth is an interesting topic in itself because even though platypuses are mammals, they lay eggs and their babies hatch. They also feed in an interesting way. Platypuses have no nipples, so the babies lick their mother's belly. The milk is secreted there through the pores. At birth, a baby platypus reaches no more than 2 inches in length. Usually, they're generally less than 1.1 inches long. The babies live in a burrow for the first time, start hunting at the age of 17 weeks, and become adults a year later. Axolotl. The next animal in the video is a unique case because it itself is essentially a baby. The axolotl is a larva of some species of amphibians from the Ambystomatidae family. The main feature of the axolotl is the ability to reproduce before becoming an adult form and without undergoing metamorphosis. Even grown-up axolotls look very unusual, and their babies resemble some alien creatures and all. The head of the axolotl is very large and wide, disproportionate to the body. The mouth of the creature is also wide, and the eyes are small, so it seems that the larva smiles all the time. This unusual combination looks strange, cute, and even a little bit creepy. In any case, axolotls definitely have no problem attracting attention, so people often have them as pets. People are interested in watching the transformation of the axolotl into a full-fledged amphibian. Tree kangaroo. Many people know of only one species of kangaroo, the red kangaroo. At most, people know about 2 species, the red kangaroo and the eastern gray kangaroo, but there are other interesting marsupials. For example, tree kangaroos with their unusual and cute joeys. Like other joeys, these babies are born quite tiny. Some newborns weigh less than a gram and are the size of a bean. In the pouch, they're carried further. There, they grow strong. In fact, just like other baby kangaroos. There, the babies gain strength and feed. It'll take about a year before these cute creatures start their independent life. The life of tree kangaroos is also interesting and not similar to the life of common kangaroos. These animals justify their name and live in trees, which they climb perfectly. At night, these animals go in search of food. Descending to the ground, they eat fruit and leaves. Proboscis Monkey. Tree kangaroos look unusual, but to me, these creatures are even more unusual looking. They're proboscis, or long-nosed monkeys, amazing leaf-eating monkeys. These monkeys are common only on the island of Borneo in Indonesia. Of course, the main feature of these creatures is their giant, cucumber-like nose. Interestingly, the babies do not have it. They look like quite ordinary monkeys. However, already in the first stages of life, their nose is slightly upwards and protrudes. Only males can grow a huge nose. They need it to attract females, but it doesn't work as you might think. It's not the size of the nose that attracts females. The fact is that the bigger the nose of the male, the louder mating calls it can make, and this is the main way to attract potential mates. Interestingly, the initiative to mate comes not from the male, but from the female. So, the male only needs to call the lady. Armadillo. Little armadillos look not only cute but also unusual. Personally, they remind me of some alien creatures. They look like their parents, that themselves look very cute and unusual. In the litter of a female armadillo, there are usually from 2 to 12 pups. The main feature of the armadillo pregnancy is that no one knows exactly how long it will last. Some females give birth after a few weeks, and some do not give birth until several years later. This is because armadillos are able to delay their pregnancy in case of danger or being in uncomfortable conditions. Armadillos are characterized by polyembryony. They give birth to several twins developing from a single egg. Therefore, either males or females will be born. Brother and sister cannot be from the same litter. Fox. While armadillo pups look a lot like their parents, the situation with foxes is a bit more complicated. Their pups are hardly recognizable as those beautiful and devious predators. Baby foxes rather resemble puppies or wolves, but this isn't surprising because foxes belong to the canid family. The fox pregnancy lasts about 1.5 to 2 months. From 4 to 13 foxes are born. At first, they're covered with dark brown fur. As it often happens in the first days, the pups are completely helpless, blind, and deaf. But in a couple of weeks after birth, they can see, begin to hear, and their first teeth cut. Foxes are also unusual in that both parents are involved in the raising of the pups, which is not often seen in the animal world. Father and mother are extremely cautious at this time, and in case of a threat, they immediately move the babies to an alternative burrow. As they get older, the fox pups begin to go hunting with their parents. They're not the most diligent learners, and while the mother and the father are showing them how to find food, the pups are playing with each other and bothering their parents, which can spoil the hunt and even endanger the whole family. Seal. No matter how mischievous foxes are, it's hard to argue with the fact that they're very cute. The next animals in this video are no less cute because they're seals. You have to admit that even adult seals look cute due to their ridiculous body, chubby physique, lines, and clumsiness. Baby seals are even cuter. Pregnancy in seals lasts a long time, from 270 to 350 days, depending on the species. Usually, only one baby is born, which, like in foxes, is properly called a pup. Cute and funny pups are born with white fur that protects them from the cold for the first 3 to 4 weeks, then this fur is replaced with short and stiff hair of gray color, which is usual for seals. Over time, pups turn into full-fledged adults. However, not everyone is lucky. The adult seals we see are the lucky ones because half of all seals die before they reach 1 year of age. Echidnas. What unusual animal do you think is on the hand here? Maybe it's an anteater? Or is it a platypus again? Only different, and a new one. Actually, it's not a platypus, but its neighbor, the echidna. They're a bit alike, and not just in terms of appearance, by the way. Echidnas, like platypuses, lay eggs. This happens 3 to 4 weeks after mating, and in another 10 days, a puggle hatches. So, they call a baby echidna. It's quite tiny at first, it weighs only half a gram, and its length is about ½ inch. But after a couple of months, the puggle transforms considerably, increasing its weight almost 1,000 times. At the same time, it grows those very spines. From now on, its mother leaves it in a shelter and visits it periodically to feed it. In total, the puggle for about 200 days, after which it leaves the burrow and begins to lead an independent life. Australian echidnas reach sexual maturity at about 2 to 3 years of age. That's all, guys. Which animal baby did you like the most? Let me know in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you later.